We are the force. We are MC.
Welcome to Kansas City, where we begin the post-All-Star break from Kauffman Stadium as the Texas Rangers are in town to take on the Kansas City Royals. Hi, everybody. Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler with you. The Royals have played 87 games. They have 75 left. And, Rex, they are still right in the thick of the race.
You mean after that miserable start and only won 7 games in April? Wow, they have worked their way back nicely. I can tell you that. They are back in the race. Now look, and that's with 56% of the Royals games remaining against the Central. That's one area where they can really improve on, but the offense has come back to life to support the pitching. The defense has always been there. I'm looking forward to the rest of them, Viz.
The Cleveland Indians are still the American League champions, and they will be the team to beat. And when we come back, we'll take a look at the second half, what the Royals must do to find success and win the American League Central. There's plenty of baseball left. That's next. Brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all, for less. As we take a look at the Toyota League leaders, the post-All-Star break win percentage, only the Indians have a better winning percentage after the All-Star break than Kansas City.
Pretty impressive numbers, Fizz, but look, if they're going to continue in this fight and to try to catch Cleveland and win this division, they're going to have to do the things it takes to win, and that is timely hits. I mean to tell you, they're getting better. They started out sluggish, but now they're starting to pick up their DNA offensively. That's going to be a big key. What else? Got to catch that ball, and man, can they flash the leather. Number one in fielding percentage in all of baseball. This team's got skills. It's been fun to watch them. Look out, there's gold everywhere on that field.
When we come back, Joel and Monty will talk about the keys with the pitching staff. The keys from the mound is next.
will officially resume in less than 8 minutes, beginning of a long homestand and what the Royals hope will be a successful push in the second half. Joel Goldberg, Royals Hall of Famer Jeff Montgomery, great to be back with you. For the Royals, Monty, their pitching overall was okay in the first half, 6th best ERA in the American League. They were able to dodge some injuries and DL situations. What's the pitching keys for you? What are they in the second half?
Well, I think I look at two guys. First of all, I look at Danny Duffy. Here's a guy that had a tremendous second half last year. The Royals without him for over a month this year. So if Danny Duffy returns anywhere close to what he was last year, the rotation is going to be very solid with what guys like Vargas and Kennedy have been doing lately. Then the bullpen, it all starts at the back with me. Kelvin Herrera's been nice, excellent in save situations, but this bullpen really stabilized after the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season. They all figured out the roles. They're on a roll now.
And for Jason Hamill, he is first out of the gate for Ned Yost. Has been much better of late. Monty, back in April, he only made it 3 innings against Texas. How is he different now?
Well, he's really scuffled early in the season. He scuffled throwing strikes, and I think that's the biggest difference. When he throws strikes, he doesn't issue the free pass. He's much more effective. Of his walks this year, 31% of them have scored, so keeping those free passes off the base, huge key for Jason Hamill.
All right, well, 75 games left in the season. Yeah, Peter Moylan breaking it down with Eric Hosmer. The boys in blue are ready to go. So are the fans here at the K. Fizz and Hud are back with the call next.
Chevy Silverado, the most dependable, longest-lasting, full-size pickups on the road. Find yours at your local Mid-America Chevy dealer. By Missouri Lottery, every ticket played gives back to Missouri schools, so play it forward with the Missouri Lottery. And by Thoroughbred Ford, every day there's a great deal waiting for you at Thoroughbred Ford. Fans excited about how the Royals have played since May 1st. The team is 37-27. The second half begins next on Fox Sports Kansas City. At Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, 86 degrees outside. Steve Physioc, Rex Hudler, Joe Goldberg, Jeff Montgomery for game 1 of this 3-game series between the Royals and Texas Rangers. And Texas is 18-25 on the road this year. Chu will lead things off. Andres is having an excellent season, but Beltre is back, and that makes their lineup even more dangerous.
Better believe it. Beltre, he's been a stud. 344 career average versus the Royals. He won't be easy. Neither will the Rangers. But the key, keep them in the ballpark. If you can pitch under their bats, you'll win.
Jason Hammel makes his 18th start of the season. He is 4-8 this year, and he's really pitched very, very well his last 7 starts, but overall 5.04 ERA and 77 strikeouts. And that slider can be an outstanding strikeout pitch.
It's great. It's a great depth. It's got downward action to it, but he's got to get ahead with him. He likes to set him up with that fastball first. Slider's a good finish pitch. Mix in a few curveballs to keep him honest. A couple of changeup, very few. But really, since he's made his adjustments physically and mentally, he's been a much different pitcher. Forward around the horn, Royals defense will highlight the 2 All-Stars. Why not? They were impressive. It looked good. They looked good in the game. Now, that defense overall, best fielding percentage by the team in all of Major League Baseball at .989. Pretty impressive.
Hammel will tell you he wants to be aggressive down in that strike zone. And he gets strike 1 to Shin Soo Choo, who's one of the more patient hitters in the game. He is 5th in the American League in walks with 49. A little bit low.
When you're 6'6", 225, you have a nice advantage to be that tall, the pitcher. Now the mound's 10 inches high, but when you're that tall, it's got a little downhill angle, and it's a little bit tougher for hitters to square up that angle.
And that one barely missed as well, so a 2-1 count to Chu. He's a guy who's really struggled lately. Last 16 games only batting .197, and that has seen his batting average dip to .250.
Got a .329 career average against the Royals, though, so he seems to come up. Now, if you can read that, you know Korean.
Well, there's fans here, but they're also Chu fans, and Shin Soo Choo, one of the top players in South Korea before he came over to the States with Cleveland, then Cincinnati, now with Texas. And he takes a strike there for a full count at 3-2. And Hammel usually has been very strong in the first innings this year.
Sure has. Good fastball right down the middle. Chu, I don't know what he was thinking. That's a good pitch to drive. He missed out on one. Coming right back at him with a heater, going to challenge him, make him put it in play.
Chu does swing, pops it up left side. Alex Gordon racing to the line will make the catch in foul territory, 1 out.
That's what 4 days off can do for your legs. Alex Gordon had to run a long way for that one. And it's a good thing. Moose going out on foul balls down that line where Alex and Moose collided a year ago. Moose hasn't fared too well. They'll take the out.
How'd I mention how well Hammel has done in the first inning? He's allowed only 1 run in the first inning of his 17 starts, although Texas leads the American League scoring in the first inning with 63 runs. Here is Elvis Andrus. He hits one to left. Gordon back, and about 15 feet from the warning track, he'll make the catch for out number 2.
Yeah, he'll take that early count out anytime. Fly ball pitcher is Hammel.
Now Nomar Mazara, we remember him coming up last year at the age of 21 and had a fantastic season, driving in 64 runs in about 2/3 of the season. This year, a few more strikeouts. The power has been picking up of late with 12 home runs and now 56 RBIs, and the 56 lead the club.
Second time through the league in his second year, Fizz. They make adjustments on you in this game for sure. A lot of breaking balls down underneath the bat. And I talked about the home runs You know, this ball club here, the Rangers, man, that's how they score their runs. But if you can pitch to under those bats, you have a chance to beat them, because they rarely score runs any other way besides a homer.
Mazzara has been more streaky this year than he was in his rookie campaign. The pitch misses wide of the mark, 2 balls and no strikes.
A nice little spray chart there will show you that he's got good ability to hit the ball to all fields. Just hasn't been quite as consistent, like you said.
Royals playing with a slight pull on the infield, but shading him towards left in the outfield. I talked about his streakiness this year. I mean, he'll put together a 2-week stretch where he'll hit 3-4 home runs, and then lately only batting .160 his last 14 games, but 4 hits his last 3. And he really felt like he needed the All-Star break to recollect his thoughts. Swing and a miss, and Hamill back in the count after starting 2-0.
He missed that one by a pretty good margin. I believe he earns another one of those. King Richard will tell you to finish him. Give him another one.
Oh, he went up with the fastball, and Gordon's going to make all 3 plays in the first inning.
He just tied a record, Alex did. Held by thousands. Way to go. All right, let's see if the boys can get something in the first inning here.
Game homestand for the Royals this year. They've got Texas, Detroit, and Chicago, and here on this Friday night, Whit Merrifield will lead things up. Then Bonifacio, Kane, Hosmer, Perez, Moustakas, who leads the club in home runs with 25. Martin Perez will be the pitcher for Texas out of the All-Star break. This year, 4-6 record with a 4.6 earned run average, but he is a sinker ball artist. A lot of ground ball outs we'll see if he's on tonight.
Yep. You know what, though? That fastball, changeup, curveball, slider combination, he's going to mix them pretty well, are effective. Although that fastball, he better keep it out of the middle. 335 opponents are hitting it. Man, I'm telling you, he's given up an overall. Let's see, 314. You know what? Hitters like that. Anything that's out over, that's not too overpowering, although he has a good fastball averaging around 93 miles an hour.
Whit Merrifield with a solid first half, and he sends one up the middle, and there's Elvis Andrus, who's having a marvelous season, and he throws out Whit Merrifield for out number 1.
Rats, nothing worse than getting robbed your first time up. Rangers defensively, they're plus 20 defensive runs saved. Not too shabby. That's good for 6th best. They've got some pretty good players out there. Beltre, future Hall of Fame third baseman, no question, is helping them anchor that infield.
Now Bonifacio, who has reached in 17 straight games overall, 250 average. He has not homered since June 25th against Toronto.
So then are you saying that he's due, Fizz? Are you calling a shot?
Sometime this weekend he's going deep. Don't know if it's going to be against Perez or could it be against Hamels or Yu Darvish. A very good pitching matchup tomorrow night, Hud, with Duffy against Hamels.
Okay, stay on it. Look for something up. Like you said, he's a ground ball pitcher, but you got to see him up. Ooh, that's it right there. Good pitch. That's where he wants to stay all night long.
Bonifacio drives one to center field and deep. That's a way back off the top of the wall. And Jorge will have himself a double with 1 out.
Oh, yeah. Fizz just a little bit short. A few more push-ups over the All-Star break. He might have had it. But that's beautiful. It's good for his 12th double. That's a nice little start there. He'll take it. 2 balls so far, 2 hitters hit hard. 84 looked like a changeup. Now his fastball changeup combination are the 2 pitches he mainly stays with. That ball hit halfway up the wall there at the K. Long way out there.
And watch Odor with Bonifacio. He'll grab him by the pocket and hold him back like you're not going anywhere. Don't think about 3.
He's messing with it.
Exactly.
A lot friendlier game now than it ever used to be, Fizz.
You have told me that countless times.
And that's okay. I mean, I'm all right with that.
Strike 1 to Lorenzo Cain.
Career's too short to have a scowl on your face out there all the time. That game face, you know, puts wrinkles in your neck and in your forehead. just look at me, I'll tell you. That'll tell you.
We're just getting old, brother.
Well, look, you battle out there, that'll make you a little older quicker.
Cain checks his swing, but takes it in the outside corner and now is at the mercy of Martin Perez, who has him at 0-2. Perez, though, Hud, is not a strikeout pitcher. This year, only 54 in 88 innings. And last year, he only struck out 103 in almost 200 innings. So he is a pitch to contact guy.
He is. Find a hole. King can shorten up, use the right field.
To the third baseman, Beltre, who's one of the very best all time, and he throws out Cain. No advance by Bonifacio. Well, with Hosmer coming up, how about a Yellowwood bringing the lumber? Boy, he has.
I'll say, you know, since he's really focused on going the opposite field, his batting average, his numbers are all way up. He can pull the ball now if he wants to. They've been throwing him plenty inside, but he's backed off a little bit. Say he keeps his bottom hand inside of the baseball and uses the whole field. One of the reasons why he's so successful.
Why is he so good against left-handed pitching? He's hitting .336 this year against southpaws.
He's quit trying to pull him out of the ballpark. He's letting the ball mature, get deep to the catcher's glove, and staying short with his stroke and going to left. That's the exact reason. We'll show you what he's done against Haas has done against left-handers and right-handers, but that batting average against left-handed pitchers by left-handed batters, 3rd best in all of baseball, .336, because of what I just explained. Waiting for the pitch and just keeping the barrel above his hands and going to the opposite field. And they know that. Believe me, if we know the numbers, so does the other teams, the opponents. They know the numbers, and you see what he's done against left-handed batters last year compared to this year. Wow, total opposite. And that's because he's missed with a few of his pitches to lefties, and he's left them up. He's only given up, out of his 9 home runs, just 1 to left-handed bats. So it's not like he's making huge mistakes, but they're hitting him better.
Being very careful with Hosmer, but then you have the right-handed slugger Salvador Perez, who just returned from his 5th All-Star game. Started for the winning American League team. They beat the Nationals 2-1 in 10 innings on a Robbie Cano home run.
I'm not going to swing 3-0 if I'm Haas here. Got Salvi coming up. Take the walk.
He's swinging and knocks it right back to Perez, who throws him out.
Oh, well.
The Royals leave Bonifacio in scoring position, and we go to the second inning, 0-0.
Refreshed, and a few of those Royals, they had a great time down in Miami. We're back here. Salvador Perez, Jason Vargas, and Mike Moustakas representing the team at the All-Star game. And for Moose, it was his second time, but first ever in the home run derby. He said he really enjoyed that, guys, but really the best part he liked after he got eliminated in the close first-round matchup with Miguel Sano was just the chance to watch some of the big boppers like Aaron Judge do their work. And then Moose got in late in the game, and he had gone out and hung out with former teammate Greg Holland the night before, and he said, I had a feeling I might face either Greg Holland or Wade Davis, my friends and former teammates. He never thought that he would face both of them, so all he could do was smile. Ended up being out against both of those guys, but took Holland fairly deep into right field. Had a great experience. Talked to Wade Davis about it after the game. And how about for Moose? In his 3 All-Star at-bats now in his career, Aroldis Chapman, Greg Holland, and Wade Davis. That's not fair.
That ain't right. Oh, man, I remember those at-bats he had against Chapman. Oh, how tough. But, you know, Moose, he gets it. This All-Star game was much different. It didn't mean anything, the outcome. So it was a little bit lighter, and he had a little bit more fun.
Yeah, but when you're playing with your peers and the very best, you want to be at your very best. But I think it was really interesting that he faced both Holland and Davis, and obviously after what those guys went through in 14 and 15, they are best friends forever.
That's just interesting how baseball, how it does. You know, man, I mean, that just happened to line up that way. It was his 2 at-bats against his former teammates. I liked it. But the most amusing thing I thought was when Nelson Cruz came up to bat and pulled out his phone and took had Yadier Molina take the selfie with Joe West. I fell out of my chair and my kids had to revive me off the floor. I was laughing so hard.
Well, here's a guy who's known for his comedy routine at the plate, Adrian Beltre. He is an all-fun guy, and he takes upstairs like that toe tap right there.
Yeah, he's really light on his feet. He's a real pro. The guy competes, loves playing. Who knows how much longer he'll play.
This is his 19th big league season.
Believe that. Still enjoying it like a kid.
And then he belts one high and deep to left field. Down the line it goes. Foul ball. Arcia in the driver's seat as we take a look at the highest batting averages all time versus Kansas City. Ichiro at the very top hitting .355, and then Beltre at .344. Look at the guys from the Central. Beltre showing a lot of discipline this year. He actually has more walks than strikeouts. He missed more than 2 months of the season because of an injury to his calf. There is a pitch wide of the mark, and Beltre will work the leadoff walk to start the second inning.
4 for 16 Beltre was off of Hamill in his career. There is. Hamill walked. He's only induced 2 ground balls so far this year.
You know, you see these numbers on Rougned Odor, who had a fantastic debut last year when he belted 33 home runs and drove in 88, hit .271, but after a rough start, he's beginning to pick things up, so he's a much more dangerous hitter here in the month of July. .330 average, Hut, with 5 home runs his last 11 games.
He's looking to ambush anything middle in. He likes to turn and burn. Wind blowing in from right field. It's kind of rare here. Usually that ball's blowing out. It's coming in. That'll hold in the real high fly balls. You can see he's just pull hitter. All the yellow there. He's looking to turn and burn. 88 strikeouts on the year. It's a little bit high for a second baseman. But nowadays, you know, strikeouts are a little more acceptable.
Swing and a miss by Odor. It's 1-2, and Tom Verducci on our pregame show had a very poetic tribute to the first half of the season, and it was about what you were talking about, on a record pace for home runs, but also a record pace for strikeouts by offense. We're on pace for almost 22,000 strikeouts this year. Try to get him with that slider.
Yep, 3rd most home runs, the Rangers. And with that, they're scoring 49.1% of their runs by that long ball. So that's a big percentage. Keep them in the park. Got a chance to beat them.
Odor a little off balance, just flips it out of play. Count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Much was expected from these Texas Rangers, who won the American League West last year for the 2nd straight season with 95 wins, but we all figured that Houston would be that much better. Jeff Bannister knew that. And Houston, off to a great start this year, has a 16.5 game lead on the Angels and Rangers.
So with that lead, you know, with 76, 75 left, look, you don't want to give up your division yet, but that's a substantial lead. Those teams in that division in the West will be hunting for a wild card spot, most likely.
Kane takes care of Odor, and now we'll see Robinson Chirinos. Jeff, boy, he looks like a Texan. He hails from Keller, Texas, and then went to the University of Houston. He was 29 years a coach of the Pittsburgh Pirates organization.
He's a good old boy. I mean, he's not old, but that's what they say down in Texas.
Watch out for Chirinos. He had 3 hits in that series back in April against Kansas City, and all 3 hits were home runs.
Yeah, he's 1 shy of tying his career high at 13. You know what's impressive about this guy too, Fizz, is he's a He's played over 1,000 minor league games, 3,400 at bats in the minors. This guy, Chirinos, he's been around. He's paid his dues. And now he's hitting for a little bit more home runs because he understands the pitches he can hit and handle. Those 3 home runs he hit in Texas and Arlington, those were big difference makers for him as they swept the Royals in 4.
Royals scored a total of 5 runs in that 4-game series. Texas has won 10 straight over Kansas City.
That's when their offense was, the Royals was just not working at all.
In the dirt, good block by Perez, no advance by Beltre. And Salvi bluffed the throw and now smiling at Adrian. And Beltre smiling back. How about the braids that Salvi has? He's giving you a little Pollyanna look.
No, you know how I am. I'm a hair guy. I asked him about that. I said, now, are those extensions or are those real? He goes, hey, look, I've been growing my hair on top all year so I could get it all woven just this nicely. And I said, hey, look, it looks good. If you like it. He says, yeah, I like it.
Chirinos won for his last 18.
Time for the slider.
Foul tipped into the glove of Salvador Perez, and that's the first strikeout for Jason Hamill.
There it is. Good hands by Salvi. Look at how he's able to keep that in the end of his glove there. Right at the end, he snow-coned it. And just with a little foul ball, a little ticky too on it, but he's able to keep it off the ground. If it hits the ground and goes in his glove, it's a foul ball, but very good hands work there. And when you make your living with that glove, you have feeling in the end of the leather with your fingers. You can feel that. Infielders, outfielders, all of them.
Now the rookie Drew Robinson. He had a great debut. His first major league start, he belted a home run and also had a double. 273 since being recalled from the minor leagues, where he hit 268 with 11 home runs. And there's that sun peeking through Kaufman. Hamill has him down 0-2.
Robinson's a nice athlete. He can play outfield and infield. Bannister likes him. The Rangers think he's got a nice future with his versatility. Got some pop. A little bit long of a swing. Let's see if he earned himself a slider or another high fastball.
Fastball struck him out.
Stayed with the high heater.
Jason Hamill, 2 shutout innings. When we come back, we'll see the Royals home run leader, Mike Moustakas. And it came during the All-Star break when the White Sox traded Jose Quintana across town to the Chicago Cubs, the world champions. Now, the White Sox are building for the future. They made the deals with Boston. They made the deals with Washington, and now with the Cubs. But as you talked about, 56% of the Royals' remaining games are within the division. So they'll have to face the White Sox without Quintana.
And that's not a bad thing either.
And there is a flare to shortstop Elvis Andrus. Perez is the first out. If we take a look at the American League Central, Chicago's in dead last place, 9 games back. The Royals 3 games back and a game and a half behind the wild card chase as well. Cleveland tonight is at Oakland. That will be Carrasco against Sonny Gray. Here's Moose.
No, it's not exactly where the Royals want to be on the standings, that's for sure. But look, after that 7-win April, they'll take where they are and they'll battle. Believe me, the Royals are a tough kill in the division. They will be tough. I mean, and the rest of the division knows it. With the experience they have, the veterans, the way they're pulling on the same end of the rope right now, makes them dangerous. Now they do need to improve big time when it comes to playing in the Central Division. Their record is 13-21, so they have a chance to improve, especially with Detroit coming up after this series, 4 games. They have a chance to start whittling their way on that record in their own division.
Well, Moose, a big reason the Royals came back, and they are 37-27 since May 1st.
I'll say, in my opinion, the first half of the season, our Kubota ranks will tell you that Moose has been the most valuable player. I mean, he's really helped. The home runs, way surpassing his career total of 22. He's been fabulous from the very first game of the season to now. He hasn't changed a bit. His hands, his consistency has been awesome. He's taken them right down through the ball. He has an excellent mechanics hitting wise.
There's a little popper towards Beltre, and it takes a weird bounce, and Beltre has no chance to get Moose, and he has himself an infield hit. Boy, that had a squirrely spin to it.
Okay. He's going to laugh about that. He'll take it. I mean, to tell you, that's been the shortest base hit he's hit maybe in his career. Watch it bounce. Okay, it bounces and just plugs. And Beltre, he overplayed it, and he couldn't get a grip because the ball was still spinning in his glove. That's Moose's 6th infield hit of the year, but you could see Beltre would have had him, but he couldn't get a grip on the spinning ball. He'll take it. Every hitter will.
Now Soler wants to keep the ball off the ground because Perez is one of the real sinker ball double play artists in the game. He has induced 15 double plays this year. Soler having a tough time, 0 for his last 14, and that's seen his average dip to 159.
And it's not necessarily his sinking fastball, it's the changeup. His changeup is a very effective pitch, and he uses it after the fastball. But you can see the most double plays induced in the last 2 years. 51.
And that is our Academy Sports and Outdoors leaderboard.
And he's going to try to get the righties to pull him, and that's how it happens. Think other way.
Chopper 2/3. Got 1. They can't get Soler. 2 out. Now Alcides Escobar, and the Royals had 2 batting practices today, and that surprised me a bit, Hud, because I got here rather early, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and the guys were already out in the field. Actually, it was Texas early, and then the Royals came out right around 2:30. They had a full batting practice. It was voluntary, but they were all out there. And then they had the regular BP right about 4:45.
Yeah, especially after the break. Oh, the last day, that Thursday. Sometimes managers will have their team take batting practice on the Thursday before the Friday. Other managers, like Ned, says that he really wants his players to take advantage of the full 4 days off to rest, and then give them an option to come and hit early on Friday.
A lot of those ideas came from the guy he grew up with, Bobby Cox, the great manager for the Atlanta Braves. They went to 14 straight playoffs.
Ned believes that it's a chance for the players to reset their mind and to recharge. He doesn't want them to have to come and take an extra day and out of their time. This is their break, and they're not going to lose that much.
Escobar deep down the line. It hits the pole, and it's a home run.
2-0. Wow, he Tommy-hawked that baby. Home run number 3 for Esky, Salvi, and company waiting. And Hamill will say thank you for that tomahawk. Watch him get on top of this ball. High fastball. He's able to jump it at 92, top of the zone. He knew he had enough, but was it going to stay fair? It was. Right off the fair pole. Some people call it a foul pole, but in that case, it's the fair pole.
Indeed. Now Alex Gordon showing bunt because Beltre was pulled around where the shortstop normally is. And Beltre came charging in as soon as he saw Gordon drop the bat. So Escobar, with his 3rd home run this year, gives the Royals the early lead.
Alex 0 for 5 against Martin Perez in his career.
Try to tease him with that breaking ball away. Three and 1. Perez has now allowed 10 home runs this year, and 9 of them to right-handed batters. Escobar just took him deep. Gordon. And it's Gomez at the wall for the final out. But Alcides Escobar, as Hutch said, tomahawks the ball down the line.
Way to go, Esky.
Nothing. And Husker fans, make sure to get your Huskers night theme ticket for tomorrow night when the Royals take on the Rangers. Fans will receive a limited edition Huskers branded Royals cap courtesy of Fox Sports Kansas City and Rally House. Purchase your ticket at royals.com/theme tickets.
Hey, that gentleman has one from years past.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I love it. They have Jayhawk night, Wildcat night, Iowa State night, Mizzou night.
Royals include them all, don't they?
Here is Carlos Gomez.
So you said all the colleges but KU. Now what's
I said KU. I said Jayhawk night.
All right, just checking.
I told you half my family went to KU, half of them went to K-State.
Okay, that's the proper political thing to say.
Went to the Harvard of the Midwest, Kansas State University.
I didn't go anywhere. So.
You had many offers, though.
Nobody wanted me, Biz. Here we go. Hamill's got a 2-run lead. Let's see if he can finish him off.
Every night, though, is Iowa State night because Steve Kurtenbach, a Cyclone, is our director.
He's a very important person on our team. Got a good education.
Here is Gomez, the veteran, now 31 years of age, and in his 10th big league season. Pops one, foul territory. Hosmer will make the play, and 1 out.
Just a reminder as you enjoy a cold one to look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite.
I don't know what Escobar was saying. He looked over at Eric Hosmer and took the palm of his hand and placed it on his heart.
You know, these guys have played with each other, played together since 11, you know, and they know each other inside out. They have body language that they share back and forth. They have a good time, especially when you win.
And now Mike Jersley has moved Alcides Escobar to the second base side of second base for the pull, hitting Joey Gallo. A lot of home runs, also a lot of strikeouts. 112.
He's a big boy, 6'5", 230. Don't put anything in his wheelhouse, because he can hit him a long way, no doubt about it.
And there's the all or nothing we were talking about, tied for 7th in the American League in home runs, but 3rd most strikeouts in the American League. He's played in 81 of their games this year. That was in his wheelhouse, and Hamill got away with one.
Sure did. Now, when he's ahead in the count like this, Hamill might just go ahead and drop that slider. That slider's been his out pitch. And that, oof. You want to stay underneath their bats, not on top of them.
We saw him hit one off of a popcorn machine about 460 feet from home plate back in Arlington. He didn't bite on the slider, so it's a 2-2 count.
Kind of reminds me of Adam Dunn. Remember him? He had a very nice career. Big, strong, left-handed hitter, just kind of like Gallo.
Yeah, he'd hit 45 home runs and strike out 200 times.
But he had a great eye. He would walk. He had a high total of walks in his career. Gallo hasn't shown that much plate discipline yet.
He does have 39 walks this year. It's not bad halfway through the season.
And he's new in the league. He's still, you know, they're trying to figure him out, and he's figuring the league out.
It looked like Salvi wanted Jason to shake.
You know, he was back in Arlington early in April. He went after some high fastballs, about letter high, but they're going to try to spin it on him here.
And he takes a called strike 3.
He was thinking a little bit. He's now struck out in 66 of 82 games. And Gallo, you got to go.
Do you think the shake got him?
Yeah. Sometimes it'll mess with you. When you concentrate on the pitcher and his shaking in his head, and you're in trouble. You get mixed up And then his head gets to your head and you're toast. You're walking back to the dugout, Soldier Boy style. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Chu popped up to left his first time up in foul territory. If Chu can stay healthy, he could be a very productive player for the Rangers, but so many injuries throughout his career. Last year he spent 4 stints on the disabled list. It's a nice little slider that will miss somewhere. Last year out with calf injury, a hamstring, a back, an arm. Three and 0. So Jason goes behind the mound, dusts his hand off with the rosin. After that last pitch got away from him.
No, Chu is a very patient hitter. He's got excellent plate discipline. 49 walks. One more will tie him for 4th in the American League in walks with Logan Morrison, Tampa Bay Rays.
Three and 2.
Hit off of Salvi's left bicep.
It's hard to believe that a rookie leads the American League in walks.
Aaron Judge, yeah, watch where this hits right off of his arm, left arm. Tough as nails, Salvi is. We know that. So Moose going to walk over and talk to Hamill there while Salvi recovers from his owie.
High fly ball left center field. And it's Kane up against the wall.
Yeah, ball carrying to left field, and Kane put those strides in use and turned a beautiful potential extra base hit into an out.
Have held an auction at the World of Wheels show in Kansas City to benefit the Dream Factory. Throughout the World of Wheels shows, Eric and his fellow pinstripers set up a booth displaying their talents, painting various panels and other items. The pinstripers provide their artwork to the many auctions held during the show, with 100% of the money raised going towards the Dream Factory. Since 2003, Eric has helped to raise over $150,000 for the Dream Factory, raising $21,500 already this year.
Wow.
Now Perez to Merrifield, and that Dream Factory is a great program. The Royals support it. A lot of Dream Factory youngsters come to the ball games every single Wednesday, and the guys, like with Merrifield, so helpful and friendly with their time.
These kids from the Dream Factory, some of them are terminally ill, Fizz, and it really helps them. There it is. He almost got it by Andrews the first time up, but he was able to stay inside the ball that time.
The Royals have their leadoff man on for the first time.
See that bottom hand? Boy, that's nice. I tell you what, he really does. Up and down with his front foot. Head position's beautiful. Look at that line you could draw. It's a perfect balanced swing right there. And that's the best place and the biggest hole in the diamond. Right up the middle.
Now he'll put that big oven mitt on, maybe steal a base off Martin Perez, the left-hander, who does have a good move. Bonifacio, first time up, ripped one off the left center field wall.
Now Whitley is 14 out of 15 in steals.
There's one back up the middle. If it's knocked down, they've got two, but they will only get the one.
Well, way to recover. Perez bounces back, throws a one-hop short pick for Odor, who made a nice play to get to one out. That's what you want. Get one out for sure on that one. See the pick? Whitley going around him. Hey, he's going around him there. Didn't want to go for his foot. I like that's good clean slide there.
Now Kane. Renzo does hit the ball on the ground quite often. He has grounded into 12 double plays this year. We told you about Perez's ability to keep that ball down, get a lot of ground outs, but he has not done as strong a job this year as he has in the past. I was checking out his numbers, HUD. Martin Perez career ground ball percentage is 53. This year it has dropped to 45, and thus we're seeing a lot of extra base hits.
He's making more mistakes up in the zone, like he did to Escobar. That's the one you want to look for. Escobar, the 92 in the top of the zone. That's the way you want to look a guy up who's a ground ball pitcher. Look up.
Running hard can be a key to the game. In that second inning, Jorge Soler busted it down the line and made sure that they didn't turn a 5-4-3 double play. And the next batter, Alcides Escobar, homered down the left field line. Now Perez, who had a chance to turn two, did not. The Royals make him pay. They might have something on.
That's possible, but when you're 3 and 4 guys coming up with less than 2 outs, you want to let them see if they can hit a home run, drive them out of the park. Bonifacio has never recorded a major league steal yet. Now's not the time.
Ooh, man, he was really fooled on that pitch.
Yeah, that's what that was. Wasn't sure.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Royals are not a walking team, even though Perez does issue a lot of walks. Gave up 4, and that was tied for a season high. Perez has not been one of their top pitchers this year. He only has 6 quality starts in the 16 times he's towed that slab. can. He tried to tease him outside, did not go, and the count is full.
Well, they were hoping there. That's a changeup on the outer half of the plate. Did he go? Ooh, close. Nope. Umpire's interpretation. If he took a swing, did he commit? Quinn Wolcott said no.
Hosmer waiting.
That's right.
Off-speed pitch and a 3-2 count. Just past Independence Day, but raised royal. Yep.
Those pants aren't Zubas, but I'd like a pair.
They look like your pajamas.
Yeah.
Gone from changeup to fastball on this 3-2 count.
Now that's the thing with a pitcher like Perez is he's a fastball changeup combination guy. He's going to mix in a couple of the spinners, you know, not as high percentage. So it's either fastball, changeup. And his fastball has been averaging right around 92, 93.
Little bit high. Now Hosmer will be up with 2 on and only 1 out, and Perez didn't like the call from Scott Barry. Hey, it's a Major League Baseball doubleheader tomorrow on FS1. An age-old rivalry heats up with a new generation of players as the Yankees take on the Red Sox at 2. Then Adrian Beltre and the Rangers battle Eric Hosmer and the Royals at 6. And Ryan Lefebvre will have it along with C.J. Nitkowski.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ryan's doing radio tonight with Denny.
Well, one broadcaster from each team.
Hosmer grounded back to the mound his first time up. Eric with a 15-game hit streak. Fouls it off as he got one on the hands. Boy, he had a game against Clayton Kershaw on Sunday. One of the best pitchers in baseball. Had 3 hits, including a home run.
Pretty impressive. Now that young lady there, she's sitting in right center field, almost straight away. Haas could reach her. Got to look him up though. Look up in the zone. Spit on anything below the knees.
And Hud, when Haas did that against Kershaw on Sunday, he became just the 3rd left-handed batter to record a 3-hit game versus Kershaw joining Kristen Yelich in 2015 and Matt Carpenter in 2014.
In his career. That's impressive.
Unbelievable.
Are you kidding? Wow. You know, Kershaw was on top of his game, and Haas made him look like a little leaguer. Just toying with him. Loved it. I guarantee you Kershaw knows all about Haas now. A lot of respect there.
Now Hosmer down in the count 0-2. Bonifacio at second. Kane, excellent speed at first.
Trying to get him to go to left field.
A lot of left-handers will throw that slider down and away from Eric to get him out, but Perez has given up a 370 average on his slider this year. He doesn't throw it that often. Back up the middle. That looks like 2-1 and done.
There you go.
Global Unlimited Baseball break. Michael Pineda looking like he's going to need Tommy John surgery. The Red Sox DFAing Pablo Sandoval. Good to see Terry Francona back after a heart procedure. And Colby Rasmus placed on the restricted list for Tampa Bay. He is going to sit the rest of the year out. Ray's not wanting to comment any further than that to respect his privacy. Here in Kansas City, guys, just imagine we were one day away from a Hamill versus Hamels matchup. Would have been confusing. Both 2002 draft picks, Jason Hamill and Cole Hamels, their paths crossed in the minor leagues and the majors. They've never been teammates, but they became friends over the name, believe it or not. Now you have Hamill, Jason, H-A-M-M-E-L. He says people have always put an S on his name, sometimes one M, and fans will call him Cole all the time. And then I talked to Jason, or to Cole Hamels today, H-A-M-E-L-S. They always call him Cole, he said, but sometimes they call him Hamill. They add an extra M, and they don't put an S on there. And then he was telling me a couple of years ago when there were rumors that Hamels might be traded to the Cubs, when Jason Hamill was there, he thought, boy, we could have a lot of fun, switch jerseys and mess with people with a Hamill and a Hamels. They text each other from time to time. They've never faced each other. They said that that's what they would love to do, and I assured both of them that that would be a broadcaster's nightmare.
Joel, I was just thinking, I want you to repeat that again as fast as you can, because that was a tongue twister, what you just did.
Cole Hamels, Jason Hamill, one out for Jason Hamill. Cole Hamels is getting ready for tomorrow. Back to you.
Thank you, Joel. You're the best. Well, either way, this weekend will be Hamill time, and we're hoping that tomorrow night will also be Duffy time. It's going to be a good matchup. One down for Nomar Mazara.
You know, I was guilty of calling Jason Hamill Hamels with an S the first couple of weeks. We got him. Tell Joel, you know, I need help with you guys. Obviously, I need your help. Corrected me and said, it's not, there's no S on it.
Unless you said Hamels had a good game last night.
Or we're going to Hamill's house.
There you go.
I'd like to. He'd never invite me over.
That ball smacked sharply, and it just does get under the glove of Eric Hosmer. If that is ruled an error, that will be just his second this year. It is an error on Haas.
He makes these in his sleep. Look, watch him stay low. He stays low, but not low enough, and it looked like just went through his glove. Although he's good at making those plays all the time.
So now the tying run comes to the plate in Beltre, who has belted 7 home runs this year in his limited time. We told you missed much of the first 2.5 months of the season because of a calf injury, and has come out hot. 27 driven in. A chopper towards third. Moustakas only play first base, and he gets Beltre moving into scoring position. Mazara 2 out. Calling all Thunder fans, make sure to purchase your Oklahoma City Thunder Day themed ticket for Sunday's game against the Rangers, presented by Fox Sports Kansas City. Each themed ticket comes with a Thunder branded Royals hat and your seat for the game. Visit Royals.com/theme tickets for more information and to get tickets. Where they have the MVP on Oklahoma City, Russell Westbrook. What a year. He averaged a triple-double. Unbelievable.
Heard he's throwing out the first pitch. Biz, is that true?
I don't know.
No, I'm just messing with you.
Oh,
he's got other things to do right now.
I did his games at UCLA, and he was not really that highly recruited for the Bruins.
How do you tell if a guy's going to be a superstar in the league? It's tough, huh? Kind of like baseball. Baseball, it's not an exact science when they draft these young players out of high school, and you know, you just never know what they're going to turn out to be.
The guy catching for the Royals, Salvador Perez, was not a top prospect when the Royals signed him at the age of 16. He was a converted shortstop and didn't even catch, he told me, until he was, I think, the year before he signed, I think at the age of 15. And all of a sudden the power started developing in the minor leagues. They just loved his passion, his enthusiasm for the game, and now 5 times he's gone to the All-Star game.
And it's a 4-time Gold Glover. Well, the thing that's impressed me most about Salvador Perez is that, you know, he has a work ethic. He lost 20 pounds in the offseason to lighten his load. You know, typically the last few years, Ned has caught him a lot in the first half, and his second half numbers have gone down. But because a great backup catcher in Drew Butera, the fact that Drew's been getting more reps, going to keep Salvi fresher and have a good solid second half, we hope.
And HUD, to add to that work ethic, he goes to the All-Star game. He comes back today at practice. He does the voluntary BP at like 2:30. Then he does the regular BP. And then when I'm going upstairs, leaving the dugout, I see him in the underneath cage with Pedro Grifol. And Pedro's throwing balls in the dirt. And Salvi's practicing his blocking balls in the dirt.
Yep. You just don't.
Quest to be the best.
Yeah, you don't flip a switch and just go out there and it happens. You got to work at it.
Hosmer underhands, and that'll do it. Oz made the error, but his play ends it. 2-0 KC.
We're going up to Cincinnati, Ohio. Bryce Harper, guess what? He didn't hit just one home run. That was way back. He hit 2, making his 14th career multi-home run game. He's pretty good at hitting a baseball.
And so is this guy. It's also good to see Mike Trout came back today. He's one of the elite players in the American League. He's hitting 3rd for the Angels, and Mike's been out with that damaged thumb. But Salvador Perez, he's the homeboy, and he signed that long-term contract because he said, I want to be Kansas City's next George Brett.
Pretty good role model there. Set your goals high, because you never know, you'll never attain them if you don't set them. Set them up there. Get to them. Stay healthy, keep conditioning yourself, working hard like he does. You never know.
Perez pitching to his fellow countryman Salvador Perez, who belts one high in the air and deep to left, and right near the fence is the left fielder Drew Robinson, and Salvi with a smile to Martine.
Didn't quite get it. We showed you earlier the splits. Right-handers have taken Perez deep 8 times, lefties just 1.
Here is Mike Moustakas, who reached on an infield hit, then was erased on a fielder's choice, and Escobar then followed with a home run to give the Royals their current 2-0 lead. Moose going after that first pitch, looking fastball. He got the breaking ball instead. 0-1. He had 6 hits on that recent road trip, and 3 of them were home runs. Home runs in each of the victories over Seattle. Back up the middle, tough play for Odor. It's under his glove. So Mike 2 for 2 in this one.
Our Missouri lottery box tracks will show you where this pitch was, right down the middle at 92. Moose hit it where it was pitched.
Soler reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. Perez got a double play to end the 3rd inning. Both of Soler's home runs this year have come off left-handers. That ball lined to the shortstop, Elvis Andrus. 2 out.
How about our Ram drive of the game? We got to show you this. 2nd inning, Escobar top-hand him all the way out off the pole down left field line. He'll take it. His 3rd of the game. Or excuse me, of the season. He'd love to have a 3-run home run game. Yeah, that's where the runs stand. 2-0 here in beautiful Kansas City, where the fountains are out and cooling off the crowd.
Yeah, he has the hot streak during those last 16 games, but really it started more than a month ago in San Diego, and now he drives this one in the air, right side, taking care of it. Mazzara, that does it for the Royals. To the 5th we go. 2-0 KC. Going further so you can. And by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Jason Hamill with a 2-0 lead.
Look at the K packed.
Just love it. Great to be home. 10-game homestand.
Not bad showing after the All-Star break. He has a history of pitching well after the break. Certainly did that last year for the Chicago Cubs, who went on to win the World Championship. Robinson Chirinos will lead things off. Strike one. Chirinos struck out his first time up. Foul tip into the glove of Perez. Ouch. I was talking about Jason Hammel with the Cubs last year, and he had a brilliant start after the All-Star break for Chicago last year. 6 starts and he won them all.
Now, if you look at his lower half, you can see that left foot that closes off his lower half. Now, his upper half is where he's made some adjustments. He was closed earlier in the season. He was closed. His shoulder was even turned more. Look how he's squared up. He's straight down now. He's got a nice angle to the plate. And when you're 6'6", Dave Island said, look, why don't you turn? Let's go. You can see it here. See right here? This was how he started. He was closed. Now he's more open. And that's really helped him to be able to have a better angle with his arm angle coming down through the ball. And along with, you know, he was nibbling a little bit. So the mental and the physical adjustment that Hammel has made, it's made a big difference in his outcome.
Pop foul. And he even admitted, you know, new team trying to throw the perfect pitch early in the count instead of throw a strike and get ahead. There's Dave Island, one of the best pitching coaches in the game.
Better believe that. 2-time World Series pitching coach.
Yeah, Dave said trust your fastball and trust your defense.
Yeah, and if there's any mechanical adjustments that need to be made, I'll find it out for you. I'll help you.
He struck him out. Well, that breaking ball kind of backed up on Robinson.
And see that spin? That had some downward action, but also going into the hitter. That's what Fizz is referring to. Sometimes that the wind, the pocket will back it up a little bit, push it into the righty.
And this is what I was talking about, Hud. After the All-Star break last year with the Cubs, I mean, he was one of baseball's best pitchers the first 6 starts.
Yeah, buddy. You know what? That opponent average of 172. That's working, man. Look at that. Now the record 6-0. That's because his teammates gave him run support.
0.95 ERA says he did the job too.
Yeah.
Breaking ball in there, and that was the curve. Drew Robinson. Drew out of Las Vegas. They have 2 players from that city starting in their lineup tonight. Joey Gallo, the other. They may have faced each other in travel ball games in Las Vegas because Gallo 23 and Robinson 25. He was a 4th-round pick by Texas back in 2010 out of high school. Fouled into the glove.
Hammel doing a nice job. At the 2nd inning, took him 22 pitches, but other than that, he's been pretty good pitch efficient.
Cole Hamels, who will start for Texas tomorrow night Fastball up. Wouldn't chase.
That's what he got him on. Struck him out last time up.
Royals lead 2-0 on Escobar's second inning home run. Hosmer racing down that line, makes the catch. So 2 outs, and you know, fans, every Friday home game like tonight at the K through August is Buck Night and summer fireworks. All the hot dogs and peanuts you want with Buck Night, presented by Price Chopper and Heinz. And then finish strong with summer fireworks presented by Popsicle and Price Chopper. Make sure to come out next Friday so you can enjoy these 2 ballpark favorites. Get your tickets at Royals.com or call 1-800-6-ROYALS. We'll be back in the Central 1 week from tonight. That's the White Sox.
That's right. 4 with the Tigers, 3 with the Sox, and then it's on the road again.
Say Gomez did not go. Jason looking like the pitcher who beat the Boston Red Sox earlier this year in 7 innings of work and only gave up a couple of runs against a really good offense. And the Rangers have a good offense, averaging 5 runs per game, 3rd most in the American League. No hits yet.
Well, Hamill, he likes the fact that Ned Yost chose him to start after the break. Interesting how he talked about with the media that he didn't want any of the starters to take too long a break off, but he also wanted to separate the left-handers. So he's going with Duffy tomorrow, Ian Kennedy, and you're going to have back-to-back lefties anyway, but didn't want to go 3 in a row, 3 lefties in a row.
Because Vargas got some action in that All-Star game. He said Hamill, Kennedy, Duffy. He didn't want them to have 7-8 days of rest.
Yeah, and then unfortunately, the 5th starter, Jason Wood, he's the one who's at the 9 days. Travis Wood, excuse me. Travis Wood, he's the one who, you know, he's the long man in the 5th starter. That's the toughest pitching position there is on a staff. The long man in the 5th starter. So he's the one who's going to have to take the longest rest.
Gomez to right. Bonifacio, will he get there? No, it's beyond him. Rusty Kuntz really likes his improvement in right field and getting more and more comfortable in major league ballparks, and there is a big difference. And Rusty was talking about the upper deck, the light standards. They don't have that in the minor leagues, but he says he really likes his future. There's Rusty in the background, probably studying some defensive scouting reports.
Bonifacio has a nice career ahead of him. Rusty Kuntz has a great coaching career ahead of him still. He has some things he wants to do in his coaching career. One of those is teaching teaching minor league coaches how to coach.
There's a lot to be said for that.
No question.
Dave Moore, when he took over, he had to make sure who was on board, and he identified Rusty as a guy he wanted part of his staff.
Yeah, and so for
Rusty's one of those guys who wants out of the major leagues and goes to the minors so he can work with guys on outfield and stealing bases.
He wants to work with the coaches, how to teach them.
And in a failure game, HUD, that's a guy who picks up everybody every single day. He has a smile on his face every day because he knows how hard the game is.
It's high energy.
So Gomez with the 2-out walk. Now Gallo the batter.
Boy, you just don't want to do that. You know, just 2-0 lead is not safe with this Rangers ball club. We talked about being third in the league in home runs. They can pop them out in a second. So hopefully that walk won't hurt him here. Gallo dangerous.
Gomez with 7 steals this year, but he did miss some time with a hamstring injury, so he might be reluctant to go. We'll see.
You know, you don't want Gallo leading off the inning, so if he does get thrown out, that would be a bad move. I don't believe he's going.
High fly ball, and that is deep to right. Right center. It's Lorenzo Cain. Ooh, he got away with one.
Hamill dealing so far, keeping it down and working that defense.
As we begin the bottom of the 5th, but first, our University of Kansas Health System injury report update. Good news on Cheslor Cuthbert, as he has been a full participant in baseball activities, was hitting on the field in Los Angeles, and is expected to be sent out, trainer Nick Kenny telling me, on a rehab assignment within the next few days. And so that obviously is a positive. They're very pleased with his progress. Couple of other quick updates, guys. Matt Strom had surgery last Friday on his knee. That was in Cincinnati, expected to be ready for spring training. And Nate Carnes, Nick Kenny tells me, will head to Texas on Tuesday, have surgery in Dallas Wednesday, thoracic outlet surgery. That'll make him done for the year. Timetable on his return determined by the surgeon after surgery, but Nick's saying they fully anticipate him being ready for spring training next year.
Yeah, that's really important, Joel, because it is an unusual injury. It can be difficult for some, not so tough for others. But as we know, Luke Hochaver, who had that surgery, he still is not playing baseball. We'd love to see a full recovery by Luke. Gordon grounds out. Perez has given up just 2 runs on 5 hits in this game, and the one hit that hurt him was struck by Alcides Escobar. Here is Whit Merrifield, 1 for 2. Whit singled up the middle his last time up. That one down the line. That's a fair ball. Merrifield racing for second. And he'll put the brakes on there.
17th double. Whitley hitting it where it's pitched. He knows that if he rolls over, he's going to hit a little ground ball to the left side. He's an excellent bottom hand hitter. Check it out. Nice little soft step. Again, Whitley, with his great head position, gets his second hit. He's 2-hit Whit tonight, but they've got to find a way to score him. Give Hamill a little bit more of a cushion versus the Rangers with all their home run power.
Bonifacio has been on twice with the double and then reached on the fielder's choice.
He's got to be able to pick up that average with runners in scoring position, just right at 200. Big hit would be good for confidence for him.
Reached in 18 straight games with 17 hits, 10 walks. Merrifield looked like he wanted to go, and Odor now cheating over towards the bag a little bit more.
Rip off that lefty a little bit easier. You get a little bit bigger lead. He's looking away from you. And he's dancing himself into the mind of Perez.
Chirinos has caught just 15% this year. 4 caught stealing in 27 attempts. Dore tried to snap that tag down. Witt certainly getting into the mind of Perez.
Base stealers have been successful 1 out of 5 times versus Perez this year. Now I think it's good that Whitley's distracting him, because Bonifacio could get him a cookie.
He almost hit one out back in inning number 1, where he hit it high off the wall in left center field.
So Andrus might be telling him, hey, look, you know what? They're up by 2. Don't worry about the runner there. Let's just focus on the hitter. Now, he may not have said that, but sometimes you can take your focus off the hitter. He can do some damage.
He's been taking a shot at right field now, down in the count 0-2. We've told you that Perez, not necessarily a strikeout pitcher, has not struck a Royal out tonight. And great crowd here at Kauffman Stadium tonight. Buck night, fireworks after the ball game. We're hoping for fireworks by the Royals during the game. His major league debut came against the Rangers. In his second game against Texas, he went deep.
That's firm. Some 94. Good pitch too inside. Headlight in the count like that. Trying to jam it. Fastball's in. Soft changeups away.
Tried again at second base. He goes, and it's pulled foul. But saying, darn it, I wish it was low. I had third. good pitch to go on.
Yeah, with 2 strikes right here, sometimes when you go, you distract the hitter. So, he already knows that he can steal third base, but he's in scoring position right now. Trust that Bonifacio can get a pitch here, knock him in.
Third time he's tried to pick off Witt because Odor is cheating towards the second base bag. There's a lot of room between Gallo, the first baseman, who has limited range, and Rougned Odor, the second baseman.
Big hole there. Just dribble her through. Drive a truck through that hole there. Look out there on that little change up. Be timely. It would be a nice way to knock in that run here.
Back up the middle, past Odor. Merrifield races around third. The throw to the plate cut off. And Bonifacio is out, but he did his job, knocking in Witt to make it 3-0 Royals.
Didn't exactly hit it in the right field hole, but it didn't matter. He went up the middle with it. And Odor was just going back to his position. The timing was perfect. Let's show you a little pitch sequence here. Let's check it out here. All right. Anything over the middle, he's looking to drive him in the runs early in the count. Okay. Good take there. That good pitch there. Down. That's the one that Whitley tried to steal there. It's keeping it down. And that beautiful, man. It'll change up right where he wanted to put it on the outside part. But Bonifacio, he back-legged him. It's beautiful. Good piece of hitting there. Big hit for confidence then.
Now Kane, who was grounded out and walked, and he takes a breaking ball away. Perez worked him that way. First 2 times up with that curve ball early in the count. Got some awkward swings on it too. Nice ball fouled off. Lorenzo hitting right about 245 with only 1 home run, 4 driven in his last 20+ games. They need him to hit one of those hot streaks like he had in June. And then he celebrated in the clubhouse by having his teammates sign a lineup card because it was the first time in his career he played in every single game in the month of June. That's it was funny.
Yeah.
Now back. This is a veteran team that's been there before. 14 and 15, went to the World Series, won it in 15. They believe in themselves. And as you talked about in the open HUD, they recovered from a horrible April. 7 and 16. Last place.
And to get himself back in the race. You got to admire the kind of baseball they've been playing.
Back up the middle, nice stab by Perez, who throws out Kane. That will do it for the Royals, but they get a run on 2 hits, and it's Bonifacio with his 28th RBI this year.
2-hit win.
the game. It's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. How about Jason Hamill? 5 innings strong so far. He's still in the game. Like the fact that he's punched out 4, 3 of them on his devastating slider. And there it is. It's a nice downward pitch that moves down. Very tough for the hitter to square up. Hamill dealing.
81 pitches, no hits allowed. He has walked a pair, 1 in the second and 1 in inning number 5, and now he'll start at the top of the order. So it's the 3rd time through facing Chu, Andrus, Mazzara, and the rest. Let's see how they adjust. Strike 1.
3rd time through. Usually has been a difficult time for Jason Hamill. Let's hope not this time. That's exactly where the Texas Rangers are. Soo Chu is leading off, starting the 3rd time through.
Left field, Gordon, easy play, 1 out.
Now, I just like how Hamill is really keeping the Rangers off balance tonight. He's mixing up his pitches well, staying inside, working the top of the zone. Remember, he's a fly ball pitcher, and in this ballpark here at the K, one of the most spacious outfields in the game, why not pitch up there? You got rabbits out there that can run them down, gazelles, Locaine got great strike. Alex Gordon, platinum gold glove winner out there, platinum glove winner, doing an excellent job.
Yeah, there were 2 drives in this game that would have been either home runs or off the wall in Arlington, which is definitely a pitcher's ballpark. I mean, Texas' numbers have shown that this year. At home, they're averaging 5.5 runs per game. On the road, 4.5.
Yeah, and you know what, Fizz, the ball, it flies out of there because it's so hot. I mean, and I spent the break in Dallas, Texas this last week. 103. Uncle, I mean to tell you, that ballpark is hot. Ball jumps out of that ballpark.
It's a good pitch right there. That was that 2-seam fastball that had some run to it. Throw that one again, he might get the call. Just off of Hamill's glove, or it would have gone directly to Merrifield, and now Witt throws it away and he'll run it down, and so no advance by Elvis Andrus, who has the first hit of the game.
Hamill leaves that alone. Whitley throws him out easy.
Yep.
See where Merrifield's playing right there? He's got this ball. That's right to him. Hamill deflects it. Hitters love that.
Now Jason discussing double play. Who's covering?
You know, comebackers like that are very difficult sometimes for a pitcher to know when to actually go for it and when not. They're competitive. That's a natural reaction for a pitcher to try to feel the ball coming back to him. But more times than not, on a ball not hit that hard, the great infielders in Major League Baseball, they're going to take those and turn those into outs.
I believe it was like 2 starts ago, Danny Duffy had a ball struck right back to him, but he knew exactly where Escobar was covering, and the ball went right to Escobar at second base because Duff let it go, and it led to a inning-ending 6-3 important double play.
Yeah, he purposely ducked it.
Yeah,
Duffy did. He purposely got out of the way of it. He could have fielded it, but let the good hands people take over. Okay, you want it, you got it. Here it is. Watch this now. He could have fielded that, but he says, no, why would I touch a ball like that when I have gold behind me?
and that is courtesy of Sam Abramson.
He's the best.
Who dialed that up. He is one of the finest video operators in the universe, not just the solar system. So an 0-2 count. Hamill has on Nomar Mazzara. Hamill more of a fly ball pitcher than he is a ground ball pitcher, but he's shown good run and life with that two-seam fastball. Now he works Mazzara up in the zone. Count stays 0-2, and you know, every time the Royals turn a double play, the next day McDouble sandwiches are only $1 at participating McDonald's in the greater Kansas City, St. Joseph, and Lawrence locations.
Andrus is second in the league with 20 steals, tied with Gerard Dyson. Maben has 25. With the Angels, he leads the league.
You know, Elvis came up at the age of 20, and boy, his best years are right now. He's still only 28 years old. Seems like he's been in the game 10 years, but he had a great year last year and is repeating it this year.
He's in his 9th season.
Hamill still has options at 1 and 2 that favor him. Elvis does not go, and the pitch is swung on. A soft line drive to left, and now Texas has 2 on with only 1 out. Time for our sprint trivia question. Name the 5 players with the most all-time hits as a third baseman. Well, of course, one of them played for Kansas City, and I've got to go with George Brett. Now, this only includes hits that came as a third baseman, doesn't include hits compiled from other positions as a DH, etc. Beltre just about every day plays third base, but George Brett, I would think. Wade Boggs, another.
Boggs is a good guess. I don't know if George Brett made the list.
Dave Holtzman shaking his head no. I thought those 2 would be obvious. Guess not. So here's where they rank all time. Wade Boggs 3010, Al Kaline 3007. As you see, Beltre just 22 hits away from that 3000 mark. Mike Minor begins to warm in the Kansas City bullpen. Now Hamill at 92 pitches. Good pitch there.
How about Michael Jack Schmidt?
Philadelphia Philly great.
Nope.
Another good two-seam fastball with great life to it.
Missouri Lottery Fox Track shows you that's downhill angle. Look at that. A nice little pitch there. Two-seamer. Little action down. See if he can go with that one again. Or he could drop the slider on him. Down in the dirt.
Did drop the slider. Now an even count 2-2. Important pitch here. He does not want to be 3-2 with Beltre, who's been very patient this year, very disciplined. Now ranks 32nd all time with 1,598 RBIs, passing George Brett on Saturday against the Angels. Ooh, that hurt.
That ball was close to hitting him. He might have fouled it off of his knee. Man, I said he's committed to swing at this. Look where this pitch is. I mean, right off of his hands.
Oh man, that hurt.
Whenever you foul one off yourself like that, you know that was a bad pitch and you shouldn't have swung at that. That's a no-no. Good thing he's okay. Moose and Hamill saying, all right, give us a ground ball here. We can double him up.
Hamill's been very good with runners in scoring position.
So that's a good setup pitch for a slider.
Opponents batting 186 with runners in scoring position against Hamill this year. He does go to the slider, and it is belted high and deep, and this game is now tied at 3.
Costly. There you go. Home run team. One swing. Tie game. Come into this inning, haven't given up a hit yet. Had him set up for the slider. It just hung up there. It didn't finish. It didn't hit down where Salvi wanted it down below. And Beltre, he gave it a ride. It's the lower part of the zone, really, but it's out over the plate, and he barreled it. Did not miss it. That's right into his wheelhouse. Good swing.
Well, at the beginning of this inning, you talked about first, second, third time through the order, and that .347 batting average third time through really jumped out at you.
Yep.
3 straight hits. Infield hit, then a soft line drive to left, and now a 3-run home run, and we are back to even. Beltre's barely been back with the team a month and now has 8 home runs.
They're giving him a hard time about fouling that ball off of him himself.
Look at Napoli coming over. .453. He passes Carl Yastrzemski for 38th on the all-time list. .21 shy of 3,000. Hamill back even with the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one's rolled to Hosmer, basically grabs the baseball with his foot on the bag, and 2 out. Hey, Royals fans, come out to the K on Tuesday against the Tigers for the next T-shirt Tuesday. The first 10,000 fans through the gates will receive a one-of-a-kind Summer at the K T-shirt presented by Stony Creek Hotels. To view all T-shirt Tuesday designs for the season and get tickets, visit Royals.com/T-shirt Tuesday. Dave Island wants 1 more out. I mean, Hamill at 102 pitches is likely would be his final inning. Chirinos the batter. Chirinos 0 for 2, so that makes him 1 for his last 20.
in a little funk like that, you might want to shorten up that swing a little bit. Just try to put the ball in play and find a hole and get yourself back feeling confident again. That's what it's all about, gaining that confidence.
Good slider there. That's the slider he wanted to throw Beltre, but as Rex told you, he hung it. Beltre jumped all over it. Royals will have Hosmer, Perez, and Moustakas coming up in the bottom half of this inning. This will be our sonic slam inning. The Rangers ended the All-Star break winning 3 of their final 4, but over a longer stretch, the 11 games, they were only 4-7. Fastball, knock foul.
Let's go back and take a look at this home run pitch. Now, if you're a pitcher and you want to execute a slider down in the zone, this is where you want it. Now, freeze it right there for me, please. Okay, right there. Now, that's over the plate, and you know, it's a few inches from a hanger. Now, hanging breaking balls more in this area. Now, when he hits it, makes contact, he's going to barrel it. That's right on his barrel. He's looking there and got the back underside and hit it a ton. He's a big league hitter. He's hit a lot of home runs, and there's that short little swing there. That's what he wants to do for Chirinos, is to kind of get his confidence back.
And they want the left-hander Mike Minor with the left-hander Drew Robinson coming up. Ed wants to stop the bleeding right here, right now. Royals led 3-0 before the inning started, but single by Andrus, single by Mazzara, and Adrian Beltre with the 3-run home run, which is tied it. This is our Chevy call to the bullpen. Lefty Mike Minor. Time to take a look at our sprint trivia question and answer this time. Name the 5 players with the most all-time hits as a third baseman. We were incorrect with George Brett. We were correct with Wade Boggs. Buddy Bell, Chipper Jones, Ramirez, and of course Beltre. Yeah. Rats.
Oh well. Can't get them off.
Well, here is Mike Minor. He comes on because he's been so tough on lefties this year. Lefties batting .130 against him. Only 7 hits and 54 times up. What does he throw, Hud?
Fastball, slider, changeup. He's got some good action on his slider away. Likes to pitch righties in. This is goes velocity-wise, mid-90s. You see what he's done this year. He's been done a great job. That 192 average, opponent's average. And now he's only given up 1 homer. He's done an excellent job retiring the first batter.
Now it looks like he might deserve a slider or cutter. Just barely misses low, 1-1.
Coming into this season, Dave Island, the pitching coach, has been here for the last 6 seasons, was concerned about the bullpen, mainly because they didn't know about Minor. How was he going to react? Hadn't pitched in a year, got coming off a shoulder.
And he had never been a relief pitcher.
Right, so they weren't sure about him. They didn't realize they were going to have problems with Strom.
It's Escobar. Wow, he had a long way to go, and Esky made a terrific catch.
There you go, flash in the goal. That ball just kept slicing towards the stands. Good focus.
This is our Sonic Slam inning. Our contestant is Kyle Masoner from Blue Springs, Missouri. The Royals hit a home run out of the park in this inning. Kyle will win $800. But if the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park, Kyle gets $25 grand from Sonic and the Royals. It is Eric Hosmer to lead things off now. Eric with 12 home runs this year, but he's been tied up by Perez. 2 comebackers to the mound, and Perez starts him off with the slider that catches the outside corner for strike 1.
He's doing a nice job, Perez. Now he's taking the slap, towing that slap, saying it's a new game. Just 73rd pitch thrown. Excuse me, 71. He's been very efficient with his pitches.
He has yet to get a 1-2-3 inning. A lot of base runners. We were talking about his ability to get double plays, but it also means because the opponents have a lot of guys on base. And there's a chopper to third. Beltre wings it across his body, but safe.
Yeah, he did.
Hosmer.
He beat it.
Always hustling.
Yeah, and Beltre, you know, he's not as agile as he used to be, especially I noticed him still limping, you know, with his calf. I'm sure he's not at 100% even after the break. But so he's just going to throw it. Now he can throw from any angle, but just that bounce, that big bounce off the grass, tells me that Haas is able to beat it.
So Eric now with a 16-game hit streak.
Yeah, good for him. That's 8 infield hits for Haas this year. Showing that speed, he'll take it. Keep that streak alive.
Now the Perez matchup. Martin against Salvador, and Salvi almost took him deep last time up. Lying sharply to the right side, Odor gets the 1 and 2.
Might be the hardest ball hit tonight.
Well, Escobar.
Yeah, Esky hit a good one, but that ball was spanked hard right there. He just couldn't get it past Odor. Makes a nice little play.
That has been his best friend throughout his career. He induces more double plays than any pitcher in the game. Since 2016, that is now 53 double plays, turned behind Martin Perez. Ball one.
Salvi hit that ball at 107.
You know, one number we don't talk about enough with Mike Moustakas. Popped up right side.
What's that?
Well, it's going to be the final out, so we will discuss that later. Event going on now, and brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all for less. Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler, Joel Goldberg, Jeff Montgomery with you at Kansas City. We come to you from Kauffman Stadium. It's game one after the All-Star break. First of 3 with Texas, then 4 with Detroit, 3 with the White Sox here at the K before we hit the road next. Minor coming out after he got the last out of the 6th. And there is a flare to left field. It will drop for Gomez. He's on.
Breaking ball that was in on him, jammed him, but he's able to flare it out there.
And Mike Napoli will now come to the plate, and he will pinch hit for Joey Gallo.
0 for 2 off the bench this year for Bannister as a pinch hitter. Power threat, be careful. Excellent low ball hitter. Not going to hit for much of an average this time in his career, but he'll hurt you if you make a mistake down. I mean, it's hard to make mistakes down. That's where you want to pitch, but he's really good. And he has a nice opposite field swing.
5 of his 18 home runs this year have come against lefties.
Minor likes to come inside and jam him.
Good cutter there. Strike 1. And throughout his career, Rex, you talked about 0 for 2 this year, but only 132 in his career.
It's a tough job. Napoli's in his 11th big league season.
Scott Berry not given the low strike.
And in 2006, Viz, we witnessed and called Mike Napoli's first home run in his career 11 years ago.
Detroit?
It was in Detroit, and it was off of a young Justin Verlander.
I believe he tried to hook him, didn't he? And
Yeah.
he hung one.
And I remember Napoli, he fouled off a bunch. And then we dialed 8. We called it. He hit it.
Now Meyer trying to get him to be the first out. Gomez always a threat to go. We told you about the 7 steals, but also the hamstring injury that he suffered in mid-May all the way through June. Mid-June he was on the DL.
Napoli was with the Angels back then.
Came up as a catcher. And he had the hip problems. Moved to first baseman, became a very competent first baseman and designated hitter. Helped the Indians last year win the American League Championship. The Royals, meantime, trying to end a 10-game losing streak to these Texas Rangers. Two and two. Napoli is a guy you can strike out. He has struck out 92 times this year. Gomez does not go, and the pitch is swung on and belted. Oh my.
Wow. That's way gone.
That's a fair ball. And it's 5-3 Texas. Only his second career pinch hit home run.
Two pitch. Minor like to have this one back. Right down the middle at 86. He was on it. Little change up. Just stayed right there. Sped his bat up. I mean, it was a ton. It was hit a ton. It didn't only matter was it was fair or not. Way left of the Hall of Fame club up there.
So the Royals at one time led 3-0 and now trail by 2 on a 3-run home run by Beltre and a 2-run shot by Napoli. Lefty Chu takes a strike, and it's 0-2.
440-foot ball. Excuse me, 444. Sorry about that. .112 miles per hour that ball was hit off of his bat. Crushed.
But since you're on numbers, the numbers for the Texas bullpen not good. A lot of teams have come back on their bullpen. Now you still have, here's Hosman making the play, you still have Martin Perez in the game, but the Royals with plenty of time, 9 more outs and only trailing by 2, and Texas, one of the worst teams in close games this year. Well, the Royals at Fox Sports Kansas City are offering a unique way for fans across the Midwest to enjoy a game at Kauffman Stadium. It's the Raised Royal Fan Express. Fans in designated markets will have the opportunity to win a trip to the K. Next up is Columbia on July 22nd. Go to Royals.com/FanExpress for more information. Tomorrow night is Nebraska night. Cornhusker fans will be here, cheering on their pride, Alex Gordon. Gordo will be coming up in the bottom half of this inning. Right side, Bonifacio. 2 out. Minor will now get another lefty and Nomar Mazara. Strike one. These Rangers have been hovering around the 500 mark since the middle of May. They've been chasing Houston all season long. Astros by far the best team in the American League West. They came into tonight's play the only team in the AL with 60 wins. Only the Dodgers have more than the Astros starting the second half. LA at 61-29. I told you Jeff Bannister, 95 wins last year, won the AL West for the second straight year, then lost both years in the division series to the Toronto Blue Jays. Foul off.
Yeah, Houston's up on Minnesota 10-5. Down the bottom of the fifth. Houston, they have home run bats too, but you know, unlike the Rangers, they don't strike out a lot, the Houston Astros. They've really cut down their strikeouts big time and put the ball in play, and they're going to be a tough team to knock off.
Well, getting those two veterans I thought was really important for that young team. Getting Carlos Beltran and Brian McCann. Hosmer will run out of room as it's about 4 rows back.
Yep, got to have some leadership. But they're doing more than leading too. They're producing.
Yeah, how about Houston? What they've done on the road this year? They're 33-11 away from Minute Maid.
Just amazing how they're killing it. Matter of fact, fewest strikeouts in Major League Baseball, which is impressive to go along with their power.
Swing and a miss, but Minor gives up a home run to Mike Napoli, and the Rangers now in front.
scoring 5 straight to take the lead. Joel Goldberg back here at Kauffman Stadium with a game break, and all Houston does is score runs and more runs and more runs. This was Brian McCann with the home run off of Phil Hughes, who had already come in relief. An 8-run inning for Houston in the second, as they have been absolutely dominant. And guys, Jose Barrios started that game for Minnesota, went 1 2/3, 4 hits, 3 walks, 7 runs, only 2 of them earned. A look at the standings. Cleveland's underway scoreless. Carrasco against Sonny Gray out in Oakland. And how about for Detroit? Justin Verlander only gave up 3 runs in his game, but he threw 114 pitches in just 5 or so innings. So
wow.
It's a look around baseball, around the league, and see if the Royals can come back in this one against Texas.
Perez right now at 77 pitches. This is one of his best starts of the year. His best was May 18th when he beat the Phillies 8-4 and gave up just 2 runs in 7 innings, no walks, 8 strikeouts. But like I said, before tonight, only 6 quality starts in his 16 starts this year.
Chirinos has him working the ball down in the zone. A couple of ground ball double plays tonight. He's kept his pitch count down. He's done an excellent job.
The most pitches he's thrown this year is 113. And that was at Boston back on May 24th. Last start through 102 in 5 2/3 innings. Soler has reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the home run by Escobar and lined out. And then he sends one down the right field line, and it is a foul ball. Fans join us in acknowledging the strong tech presence in the KC community with a tech night at the K theme ticket on Thursday, July 20th against Detroit, presented by Minolta. This theme ticket comes with a custom Royals portable power bank and a seat for the game. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit royals.com/theme tickets. And then he goes up in the strike zone at 93 miles an hour and strikes out Soler for the first out. That's his first strikeout of the night. Escobar got him in the second inning. Homered off the foul pole down that left field line. Gave Kansas City a 2-0 lead. They would make it 3-0 with an RBI single by Bonifacio in the 5th. But a 3-run home run by Beltre in the 6th and a 2-run shot by Napoli in the 7th, and it's 5-3 Texas. Bullpen is working with Bush, but it is not a strong bullpen. They have the fewest saves and the most blown saves in the American League. We shall see. Perez falling behind both Soler and Escobar. And then Perez threw Esky a ball, but he was swinging. Escobar doesn't strike out, walk much, only 6 times this year.
Hit his 3rd home run. You know, early in the season when he was struggling mightily, he was trying to drive pitches out of the ballpark. It's just not his style. So you hope that whenever he does hit one, it doesn't, you know, affect him and you try to hit him again.
And that's the shortstop, Elvis Andrus. Barely does get Escobar and 2 out. Now Alex Gordon, he's 0 for 2, almost hit one out his first time up right after Escobar went deep. He sent Gomez to the wall in right center field. Sips that breaking ball in there, even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Perez has gone 7 innings only 1 time this year. Royals have Albuquerque and Alexander warming up. They're without Neftali Feliz, who's on the paternity list. They called Almonte. Ground ball, second base. That'll do it. Perez really sharp once getting that lead.
Game here, this first 1 of 3. Escobar, he hit his 3rd home run. 2-run shot off the foul pole. That was early. That got it going. Then it was 3-0. And Beltre says, you know what? I'll take you deep too. That's his 8th home run. That was in the 6th inning. Now Napoli, a pinch hit home run, his 2nd in his career in the 7th inning. Man, that gave him a 2-run shot, and they're 5-3. That's where they are. Rangers are up.
Our Chevy call to the bullpen brings on right-hander Al Albuquerque, pitching in his 7th game this year, a 5.4 ERA and 22 outings with the Omaha Storm Chasers down at AAA. Pitched very well with a 2.08 and also collected 3 saves. His job, keep it 5-3 and let the top of the order go to work in the bottom of the 8th.
Yep, fastball, slider, his 2 main pitches.
Occasional changeup.
I'm guessing we may have seen the last of Perez because Merrifield Bonifacio have 4 hits and 6 at-bats against the lefty. So you've got 3 straight right-handers facing the lefty, and then Hosmer, Perez, Moustakas. Two 2-0. But Albuquerque's got to throw strikes, and that's always been his Achilles heel in the past. Too many walks, too many hitters counts. Three and one.
It's got great stuff. Just got to be able to get in there. And of course, the more you pitch, the better rhythm you have. It's like a player who doesn't play all the time. So rhythm's not going to be exact.
Up the middle and finding center field is Adrian Beltre for his 2nd hit. He now has 2,980 in his brilliant career.
It's like a little slider, stayed up. Beltre just went with it, stayed right with it.
The Royals have been able to keep Rougned Odor quiet. 0 for 3 in this one. Been very hot right prior to the All-Star break. There's strike one. I remember when Albuquerque came up 2011 with the Detroit Tigers, and he had a great breakout, 6-1 record, a 1.87 ERA. That sinker, that slider, everything moved a lot. He had 67 strikeouts in 43 in the third innings. But then the bounce of wildness. Thought he was going to be a future closer. Fly ball right side. Bonifacio makes the catch. No advance. MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, is back with better picture quality than ever before. Watch every out-of-market game live at home, in the office, or on the go. Blackout restrictions do apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. One out, one on. Torino's the batter. Strike one. Torino struck out twice and then got a hit against Hamill. That was the last batter that Jason faced, as Hamill went 5 2/3 innings and took a no-hitter into the 6th inning. Fly ball left side. Gordon will take it. 2 out.
Albuquerque's got very nice stuff. He's able to get in on the hands there when he was able to control his pitches. Like you said, he's got some potential there for this back into this pin to stay.
Now the lefty Drew Robinson. That foul out in the 6th. Terrific catch by Alcides Escobar. Ran about, I don't know, 110 feet. Then made a catch on the seat of his pants. Foul territory. Salvi strutting his stuff to Beltre at first base. He's giving him a hard time after that ball got in the dirt. Salvi blocked it well. Five runs, 7 hits for Texas. 3 runs, 8 hits for Kansas City. Pretty good off-speed pitch there for a 2-1 count. Just off the plate.
Big long name there, isn't it?
Fills the back of his jersey.
Sure does. Both sides of the number.
So a 2-out walk to Drew Robinson. Now Albuquerque has to face the veteran in Carlos Gomez. Nothing going on in the Royals bullpen. Gomez got that base hit just before Mike Napoli, as a pinch hitter, went deep to break the 3-3 tie and give Texas their current 5-3 lead. Center field, Kane, easy play. He makes the catch. Albuquerque with a shutout 8th. When we come back, top of the order, Merrifield, Bonifacio, and Kane. Doubleheader tomorrow on FS1, and age-old rivalry heats up with a new generation of players as the Yankees take on the Red Sox at 2, then Beltre, and the Rangers battle Haas and the Royals at 6 o'clock. Ryan Lefebvre gets that national game with C.J. Nitkowski. Cole Hamels will get the start for Texas, and Danny Duffy goes for KC. That's a 6:15 start. First pitch Sunday. Good game as well. Kennedy against Yu Darvish. Well, here is Matt Bush, and Rex, we talked about they have had a terrible time trying to nail down victories this year, and Bush was their closer. He's been removed because he had 3 blown saves in a short period of time, and in the setup role he's done much better. He's retired 12 of 14 in 4 games since he was removed from that closer role.
Yeah, you know, his stuff is not an issue. Sometimes it's just about that location, and sometimes the hard part of getting the final 3 outs in an opponent's ballpark, the most toughest opportunity and job it is for a reliever, especially a closer. Now he's got a great fastball, mid to upper 90s, 92-mile-an-hour slider, hard, and a pretty good curveball.
Merrifield hits it in the air. Gomez there for out number 1. And you saw that stat. They have the worst save percentage in all of baseball at 43%. They are tied for the fewest saves with only 13, tied for the most blown saves with 17. So the Royals still with great hopes in this one. But they need to get a runner on to bring that tying run to the plate. Their power guys are getting ready to come up. Bonifacio is 2 for 3. He knocked in the Royals' last run in the 5th. As you can tell, Bush has plenty on his fastball. That last one at 98 miles an hour. He didn't mean to do it, but that ball ran in on him and he fouled it off for a 2-1 count.
Gotta believe it. That's an explosive fastball. That's got some life.
Not a big guy either. He's 5 feet 9 inches tall, but great athlete. He was the Padres' first overall pick in 2004. Came up as a shortstop and was a shortstop in the pro ranks from 2004 to 2007. That's when he made the change.
Good athlete.
Napoli. He gets there first. Bonifacio says, "Are you okay?" He had 3 guys verging on first base at the same time: the pitcher, the first baseman, and the base runner.
Yeah, this was a foot race. Now Napoli, this is a very safe play, but watch out for that foot, that ankle. Now sometimes it gets over on the base like that, and Bonifacio stepped on it. Napoli's foot slid over the base. Wasn't able to stop it in time, and that, fortunately, everybody's okay. That's a play there, so easy to twist an ankle.
Now Kane, who walked back in the 3rd inning. Snaps in that little breaking ball at 92 miles an hour.
Power slider,
I'll say. Kevin McCarthy up in the Kansas City pen. The Royals trailing by 2. And then Bush runs that 97 in on the hands of Kane for an 0-2 count.
That stuff is really impressive. Hard in, 92 away.
Good swinging in 98. Send it straight back. Kane with 11 home runs this year. He's driven in 30. Lorenzo's been a little streaky this year, Rex, when you consider 8 of his 11 home runs came in 1 month, almost a 2-week period in early June.
Yeah, that's that one road trip. He was red hot,
man,
on the West Coast. San Diego, San Francisco, and Anaheim.
And then
no chance.
Swing and a miss and the high heat. So Bush with a very good job in the 8th inning. 5-3 Texas going to the 9th. Into the ninth inning, and it's time for our Honda play of the game. It was in a 3-3 score when Mike Napoli was pinch hitting against Mike Minor.
Yeah, this is the second time anybody's hit a home run off a Minor this year, and it was a changeup. It was a mistake. Obviously, didn't mean to leave it over the middle of the plate, and Napoli crushed it, took advantage of it. Big hit.
So now it's time for Kevin McCarthy. He will face Mike Napoli, then Chu, then Andrus. The Royals will have hitters 4, 5, and 6 coming up in the bottom of the ninth, and Hosmer, Perez, and Moustakas.
McCarthy's putting together a nice season so far. This will be his 11th game. ERA under 3. 14 innings of strikeouts. He's got good stuff. 92 to 95 with a 2-seam sinker. Slider, change, curve, all 4. But when he's on, he's a ground ball machine.
And no one up in the Texas bullpen, so perhaps Bush will come back out for the ninth. Royals had a lot of injuries last year, and after the All-Star break they had a really rough beginning. Their first 21 games going 6-15. I'll always remember that 2014 fantastic year where they nailed down a wild card. They were brilliant after the break. 34 games, 24-10. You can just see the confidence building with the team every single night. Two veterans have hurt the Royals the most. 38-year-old Beltre tied the game with a 3-run home run, and Mike Napoli, and now a chopper to third. Easy play for Moose, and he guns him down for out number 1. Chu is 0 for 4. Robbed of a hit and a nice running catch by Lorenzo Cain as he ran into the wall in the 3rd inning. Strike 1. Alex Claudio, who is a lefty specialist, his job only to get lefties out, and he'll have Hosmer, a lefty, then the right-hander Perez, and the lefty Moustakas in the bottom of the ninth if he's to come on. Ground ball, Hosmer to McCarthy. 2 out.
That's what McCarthy does. He's got a heavy sinker. He's on his game. He's giving up ground balls. He's doing a nice job. He's gaining some confidence too. I like him out of there. He's got a couple of good ground ball, sinker ball pitcher options. Does Ned Yost. McCarthy from the right side. Alexander from the left.
Elvis had the hit that started the rally. It was the first hit Jason Hamill gave up, as Hamill went 5 1/3 innings of no-hit baseball. Then Andrus glanced one off of the glove of Jason, and Merrifield tried to make a terrific play but was a little late with the throw to first. And then Mazzara blooped one to left, and Beltre did not bloop one. He hit one well over 400 feet into the left center field seats to tie it. Claudio shot down. Now Leclerc is up. Good sinking fastball, swung on and missed. 2-1. Escobar. Good job by Kevin McCarthy. 1-2-3. Bottom of the ninth. Hosmer, Perez, Moustakas coming up. Let's go to Joel.
All right, 5-3 right now. Royals need to get some work done in the ninth one way or another. Jeff Montgomery and I will be breaking it all down on Boulevard Royals Live. Two big swings key so far for Texas. Esky stays hot as he went deeper right now. Mike Napoli the difference in this one. Jeff Montgomery with the analysis. Ned Yost post-game comments. And much more coming up on Boulevard Royals Live.
Thank you, Joel. And Alex Claudio comes out of that bullpen. The reason is because he's been fantastic against left-handed batters and will face two in this inning. Lefty's only 8 for 54 against him, 148 average. Overall, opponents batting 244. But as we've talked about so many times in the past, Jeff Bannister trying to mix and match and get a closer. But why are the final 3 outs so difficult, Hud, to get?
Well, you know, you're facing usually hitters that are coming up. They're hungry. You're in the opposing ballpark. Sellout crowd here close to it tonight. You know, it's just tough. It's not an easy place to get 3 outs. Never has been.
And Texas's bullpen, they have the most losses this year when leading entering the 9th inning. 5 losses.
You got to get them on. A couple of boops and a blast.
Hosmer takes strike 1, and Eric has been one of the best hitters in baseball, left-handers versus left-handers. I told you when the evening started, hitting .336 against lefties.
Yep. Claudio 83 to 86. He's not overpowering at all. Slider. Got a great changeup. Haas been so successful hitting the lefties this year because he's not trying to pull and do too much. Most of the time, a left-hander coming in to face Haas, he knows it now. He's a seasoned veteran. They all try to throw the breaking ball away from him. Just take it to left field.
And he pops it up. Elvis Andrus, 1 out. Salvador Perez 0 for 3. Soft line drive back in the second. Flied out to deep left in the 4th. And then hit the ball, what was it, 107 miles an hour? But that was into a 4-6-3 double play.
Yeah, he went to the opposite field and tried to move it in the hole there, but didn't have any luck.
There's that off-speed pitch.
And the reason Bannister's leaving him in is his changeup is so effective against righties.
Righty's batting .289.
And he's, you know, throws a lot of arms and legs at you, a lot of motion.
And he has the advantage 0-2 on Perez. he gets Salvador on that changeup and swings and misses and strikes out.
Had him way out in front. You see that sidewinding delivery there. He's just able to spin that ball, take a lot off of it. Very difficult to hit this guys that aren't overpowering. Rather face the guy that throws hard. Bannister using his closer by committee.
Now Claudio has thrown strike one to each of the first two batters in the first pitch to Hosmer and Perez. Moose goes after the first pitch, knocks it to Odor, and this game is over. Texas takes game one of this three-game series by a final score of 5-3 as Beltre and Napoli both go deep. Beltre's to tie, Napoli to win it. And we'll be right back.